It's Monday and I'm back with the slices of cheese that I've written all my notes on. They're not cheese, they're just Post-its. Let's not get too excited. This week, Austin is number one in the country for population growth for the last year, 2.5%. It's pretty big. So 2.168 million people in the Austin metro area as of right now. Well, probably a little more because 145 people per day are moving here. I know that number's thrown around a lot, but if you really think about that, 145 new human beings are like living here every day. It's like a fully occupied restaurant of people every day. Clearly, we know where my analogies come from. Food. Most of those people are from Texas. I know we all say like, oh, it's New York and California, but California is a really distant second. It's majority of people are coming from Dallas, Houston, or podunk towns all across this great state. Does everyone know the Barton Springs bathhouse? Probably don't know it's called that, but there's like that statue of three people, and then there's the concession stand, and then there's the big bathhouse, a little fancy, okay? Bathrooms. It's raised $8 million for a facelift. It's a really big facelift for $8 million. But it's happening. $2 million from the Moody Foundation, which is amazing. And the rest of the $6 million was raised by other means. But that's going to start happening. For $8 million, this place better look like the Ritz. You know what I'm saying? Because that's quite a bit. Veracruz, I'm touching on this because I've talked about it many times before, but there was the drama about their trailer. They have now secured a permanent location on Weberville Road. So we can all rejoice, because if you've been to their brick and mortar location up north, it's actually really good. So Weberville Road by Gourmands and Fleet Coffee, that's going to be open in 2020. So next year, no more fretting about the impermanence of Veracruz. Speaking of Mexican and Tex-Mex, El Gallo, does everyone know that spot on South Congress, kind of across from St. Ed's? Well, St. Ed's bought it last year or the year before last, and now they're wanting to turn it into a restaurant. They for sure want a restaurant space. El Gallo was there for like 60 years and was old school Tex-Mex. Like they gave you beans with your chips and they were like warm kind of situation. But they want a restaurant. The warm bean dip is not a requirement, but that is available. It's 6,700 square feet, a bunch of parking. Pretty cool space. This is something that I'm not excited about at all and goes file under the category of restaurant concepts that I can't stand. There's a place opening on Southwest Parkway in the Lantana development where there's like a movie house eatery called Scissors and Scotch. It's a like men's cocktail bar and barbershop. Have we not moved past this as a society? Is this still where we are? Scissors and Scotch, where a bunch of guys can get together and get a haircut and have a like, seriously? Sorry if this is like your thing, that you need a designated place to go get your haircut, scissors, and a place to go drink with other men, Scotch. It's a no from me. This is exciting though. Commodore next to the Garage Cocktail Bar is open. It's a new restaurant. Philip Spear is one of the chefs and conceptual influences. He was at Noma, both located in Mexico City, Copenhagen. It's supposed to be really good from people that went to the soft opening. And Garage has obviously done the cocktail menu. It's a super cool space. I cannot wait to check it out. So let's do it. Should be really good. It's at a restaurant I'm excited about, believe it or not. And lastly, something else that I've talked about, but just some, my friend Craig gave me the updates on this. So people do care about this. This is important. State House Apartments, condos on They're really apartments. It's a leased building on South Congress across from Joe's, a really hot spot. They bulldozed 42 of those apartments and they're making like retail space and restaurant space. The remaining 245 apartments will stay. All of it was bought last year, and they're renovating each of those at an approximate cost of $17,000 a piece. So $4.5 million total for all of those, like all in renovation cost of buildings and the individual units. Going to be rebranded. They're still supposed to be leased buildings. That's going to be happening over the coming years. 245. But it's going to be restaurant, retail, but it's going to be totally rebranded. All of that stuff is going on down there. I'm sure that all of you are caught up on that. There's the Soho House opening, Equinox is opening, and St. Cecilia's new space is opening. Well, it's going to be new Hotel Magdalena, and all of that. But same group. It's going to be exciting. SoCo is changing, and it's going to be good. I don't know if people have thoughts on that, but it's going to be cool. That's all I got this week, but some pretty interesting things, especially that scissors and scotch.